Okay.
Okay.
What are we doing this time? I don't even know.
Well, I know. That's why I
no
like surprising
idea.
things. We're doing some back tattoos today.
More?
Yeah.
Really?
You know, some backs.
Okay.
These be some backs.
There are a lot of those out there.
Yeah, including mine. One of these times I'll sneak mine in there and we can talk shit about
talk
it.
about how you didn't get through the rest of it.
Hey, man.
I don't actually know what state that's in. You said you did a little bit of shading on it. And
Yeah, just some of the... We got some shading in one of the eyes. That was pretty much it. Like 15 minutes. It was pretty sweet.
I know. I left and it was like, I'm done.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, what?
Yeah. Yeah, no, I felt like I was dying.
I gave you more credit than that.
No, you shouldn't have. Anyway, so here we go. First up, again. Oh, no, this one actually does have a hey to it. That's great.
Oh, that's good.
Hey, I'm reaching out because I've been working on my suit for quite some time now, and I'm almost complete. I'm really into the heavily tattooed look, and I'm currently going over tattoos with more stacking. You could say I've made some mistakes and have since went over or laser removed them, but I'm almost at the end of my journey and could use some expert opinion. P.S. All my tattoos are from a professional. Cool. All right, here's the back.
Yeah, we need to close in on it. So, I mean, professional's a strange word, isn't it? That's what I want to lead with. Because, like, there's a lot in that.
Yeah.
Some of this is better than others.
Yeah.
Some of it's better. I think the script work is actually pretty good.
Script works great, yeah.
But the shading is, like, it looks like early 90s level stuff.
Yeah, it's that, like...
We don't know what we're doing, but we do it.
It's like that 90s tattoo style, right?
Yeah.
Like, where it's just... you know, hey, we use lines and we use some shading, and it's like its own little look. You know what I mean?
The problem with it is like, I understand with different complexions and different skin tones, it's harder to create depth.
Yep.
Obviously, I'm having that issue myself now.
Yep.
Blackout bodysuit.
Yep.
You got to find creative ways to create tone.
Yeah, exactly.
Separate things. You
Yep.
really do. Like, it's just a fact.
Yep.
So, I think that the background and the foreground being all the same tone of black and gray makes it very hard to tell these things apart.
Yeah.
Like, you just have to do something in there.
Well, especially, like, the size and scale of this.
Yep.
They're, like, if you were
It's
to
really
take
hard
this
to
whole...
see that other face in there.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it's not a bad face either.
No, it's cool. That one, yeah?
Yeah, it's just hidden.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Like, it almost doesn't hit you until you're, like, real close.
I think, like, for me, some heavy black is missing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's a little too wishy-washy.
Yeah.
Like, I don't see heavy black in anything but the script, oddly enough.
I think there's a little underneath the mouth, but even then, it's a little lighter than the line
Yeah.
work.
It could be darker.
Yeah. I think, like, some separation with some heavy blacks is probably your best bet.
Because this is no way beyond fixing or getting to a place that I think is better.
Sprucing it up, if you will.
I just think that you need to get in there and crank up the contrast and
Yeah.
peel these guys apart, because it's just all kind of doing the same thing right now.
Yeah. Yeah. Which, like, again, I get. I think it's a hard one for, like, a tattooer to be like, oh, yeah, heavy black in big open spaces, because, like, you can't walk it back in many respects. But it would service this a lot if there was some extra black tones in there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that would be definitely... He said he was looking for feedback.
Yeah.
Definitely get some heavier black in there.
Yeah.
I think especially somehow around the frame of this central face.
Yeah, I think if you take this whole edge, basically what they've tried to do with the negative space,
Yep.
and you make that all black, you're going to push that forward quite a bit.
It'll take it away from the background.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, the whole thing gets an upgrade. Because just doing that doesn't just service the face. It also services the background.
Yeah.
Right?
And also, I should say, not like wishy-washy black. Like, it's got to be black.
Like pitch black.
Yeah.
Get some of that gloom.
Yeah, Panthera gloom.
Pound
Get that thing
shit
in there and, like, push it out. Something that's darker than the line work, if possible.
Yeah, that's the darkest stuff we've seen here, so that would be our recommendation.
Yep. But I think, like, you know, overall, not bad. Not really my style, but I like the vibe of it.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Yep. All right, next up. So we got one in this is the color version, and there's a black and gray version of it.
Is there color in that?
Absolutely not. The skin is on fire.
Oh, good God.
There's color in the fuck the world component.
Holy shit, is that traumatized?
Yeah.
I haven't seen skin like that.
Glowing.
Maybe ever.
Glowing, I believe.
The most trauma skin I've ever seen.
Something tells me this guy just gets that way.
He might, because the rest of it seems to have healed great.
Yep.
Like, that background is awesome.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Like, I love all of this space.
Especially this clouding up in here. I love all that.
That's awesome.
Yep.
Yeah, the mask is really cool, too.
Yeah. So they did send this black and gray hyperbolized version.
Because there's no way that any tattooer would post the other one.
Oh, this must be a step forward, too, because they've got some like lightning and stuff they put in there.
Now.
Yeah.
But it's harder to tell with this one than it is in the other one, honestly.
Yeah.
It's a shame. It's too bad you can't give us the whole piece.
Yeah, if you can give us a heel to this, that would be sweet. But I like the concept.
I don't understand the gratuitous fuck at the bottom there.
I think that started first.
You think?
I think that was someone
Fuck
else.
the world.
Because not
Get
only
that
did they
fucking blacked out, son.
they just haloed it, right? So like they didn't even want to get into it.
Get it out of there.
They didn't want to touch that
It
thing.
cheapens this piece, I think.
But it is interesting that they put the world in there to also play off the fuck the world part.
Yeah. I don't know. I think get rid of it.
Yeah, I'm with you there.
I think this piece is really, really cool. And I understand you can be attached to things, but this is a fucking art piece now.
Yeah, it really is.
That is just distracting from everything going on here.
Yeah. But at the same time, he's going to a black and gray guy. I don't know if the black and gray guy knows what to do with that.
Yeah, I know.
You know what I mean? That's kind of its own thing.
I think it could be done.
Yeah, I think you're right.
And I think it would upgrade everything. It just, you see everything here, you're like, ooh, wow, look at this landscape, and the scenery. And then you're like, what?
What is going on there?
What is this?
Yeah. I like it, though.
I mean,
I like that gas mask.
yeah, see, this is where sometimes it's a good thing that a lot of people don't do their back pieces first, because it's a huge, huge spot for something really cool.
Yeah.
And his arms don't look half as good as the back piece.
This is an interesting problem, too, that's created by the biology here.
Yeah.
Like this UFO here, and frankly, this UFO here, too, would have been put on with stencil, and then they just follow the stencil directly rather than compensating for the fact that his shoulder swoops. Mm-hmm. So you've got this, like, indentation that happens from these.
Oh, yeah, I see
you know
that.
what I mean? And then, so all of a sudden, if you're looking at it static, where it's going to rest as he's just standing relaxed, you've got this kind of oblong thing that should have been cylindrical and a little bit more perfect. And then same with the other one. If you don't, like, if you have that stencil on there and you can see that it's not the right shape, you got to adjust for that.
Yeah, I do see what you mean.
It's one of the reasons that a drawing on tattoo is always going to look like it suits the body a little bit better.
Because it's actually flowing, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, most of what Rick does on me has been drawn on.
Yeah.
There's
You could
almost
fix that, though. Those corners and stuff, you could fix. You could make that sit right.
Yeah, I really want to see this thing in daylight and
Yeah.
see what's actually going on with it. And
You know where it
otherwise
probably
just-
looks perfect? That person laying down on a bed
Oh, for sure.
as he's tattooing him. It probably looks perfect there.
Yeah. Well, that would be the perspective he would have been looking at.
Yeah,
right?
he's tattooing it for that, for sure.
And he stands up. He's like, oh.
He's just got a
That was like my knee. I
lay
had
back down.
a crystal ball around one of them.
Yeah.
It looked crystal when I was sitting like this. Looked
Yeah.
like a crystal ball. You stand up and it's like this pear-shaped
Blorp.
thing. You're like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah, what are we doing here?
And I think we both realized it when it was done, and
Yeah.
neither of us wanted to mention it. It was not a poster.
Yeah, you gotta love that.
Still a cool idea, but
Yeah.
didn't work out.
Yeah, no, you can't put a circle on a bendy thing. Next up.
So, I do like this in a way, but man, is it lost.
Yep.
This is one of those, god damn,
You know, I
to go
think
this far and not get the depth.
the interesting thing is this is the session to create the depth. Like,
Yeah, they
you can
didn't
see all the
get-
fresh black that
I
they
know,
put in.
I see it, but it did not hit the mark.
Yeah.
It's too congested.
Yeah, there needs to be something to spread that out a little bit.
Whenever you're doing scales, it's like, how many of them do you need to do? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I
Like,
get
you
you.
do need to do them if you're going to do something like this, but like, fuck, there's just not enough tones
There
going on
should have been
here.
more belly.
Yeah.
There's only 2 spots of belly, or 3 spots of belly, I guess,
Well,
if
if,
you count
if
the
you
tail.
didn't have that face, I don't know what I'm looking at.
Yeah, I get you.
Like, I don't. I just see layers of stuff in no
Yeah.
particular order or positioning.
Yeah, that's tough.
It's just wrapping around. You're like, where does it start? Where does it end? What is happening?
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty good, but it's
I
all
can't
one
follow
thing.
this snake at all.
I think this ducks back and then under, in and around. This one gets bigger, though, which is odd. And
Yeah.
then this one comes in here.
I like these Chinese dragons, but this one did not work for me.
Yeah, it's close, but confused.
It's so good to be this bad. It's so sad. The face is amazing.
Yeah, I know.
But the body, the shape of this thing just gets so congested and lost.
Yeah.
I don't know. And it finishes weird, too.
Yeah, I get
Like,
you.
why did you just leave the rest of the back? See down there where
There's
it just
one
kind of
color.
trails off down the ass cheek?
Yeah.
It's like, man, what the fuck? What do you do now?
I don't know. I mean, nothing probably.
I would guess nothing because there's
Yeah.
no room for background.
Yeah, no, there's just a lot of...
If they had made it smaller even,
Yep.
and I don't say this often, and then done a background behind it and left some open space to pound in a background in between parts of the snake,
Yep.
all of a sudden everything is clearer.
Yeah, you're not wrong. You're absolutely not wrong. Do you think... So, look at... If you think the negative space components of these scales... So this section this section in the foreground, if you kept all that negative space, but then in the next section down, so like in the next depth component, took them away.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Do you think that adds to the
Creates,
depth?
Like, oh, you can't see it as clearly because it's farther away.
Yeah.
Right? That would have made a lot of sense.
Because right now they're all on each other.
Everything looks in the same positioning.
Exactly.
Like the whole thing is like, it's like curled up and you just see the whole thing. It's
Yeah.
like this.
Yeah, it's all like 2D now.
There's nothing over there.
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
Yep.
Yeah, I think that would have helped.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Maybe some white. I don't know what you do.
I don't know either. Maybe
So-
some color. I don't know.
Yeah, color would have been a great idea.
Yep. Yeah, color could push some stuff around for sure. All right, last but not least, this
So,
big old color back piece.
like, this is really, really cool stuff for sure. There's no two ways about that.
Mhm.
But I just think not enough black.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
Like, it's just...
It's all light
I
tones.
think a little bit of black would have really set off all the color.
Yeah.
Am I wrong here?
No, you're not wrong.
I understand this is like a full color. They don't want much black, but a little bit, even around the eye, more black.
I think if you were to take this clouding, which like has these weird kind of stripy things in there, take that and make black up to here. Like make black basically halfway right before it hits that turquoise thing and fade to each of those. You might get a little bit more. And then this dark portion needs to kind of...
This looks better in real life.
Oh, for sure it does, yeah.
This photo is like
Not awesome.
fucking terrible.
And backlit, which is really weird.
Yeah, it almost gives it this gleam over it,
Yeah.
where it's like everything is kind of foggy and murky.
Yeah, and I'd like to see what the hell's going on up top.
Yeah, the eyes up top. You know, it's like I don't know what this is.
Well, I'm assuming it has something to do with sacred numbers and geometry and
Oh, yeah, that'd be my
psychedelics
guess.
and
Psychedelics,
Egypt
for
and
sure.
you know what I mean? Like eyes are genuine, and this one seems to go down on his ass too. I feel like that should have been. Well, obviously they're going to get taken down if they.
This is a full body suit.
Yeah. Oh,
I think I've seen the guy's front. I believe he's the one that had that new school like giant color critter.
oh yeah.
Remember that thing where
Yeah.
it's like super evil but super happy looking?
Yeah.
I think this guy is a adamant collector, and if he doesn't have a full body suit, he will.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
Um,
He's got to be close, even just looking at him right now.
Yeah, which I got mad respect for that.
Oh yeah.
And this is not fast, easy work either.
No.
You're in for the long haul when you do this stuff.
Yep.
I just think it's not clear in this picture what it is.
Yeah, I think some dark tones to separate some stuff. Doesn't even have to be black, but some darker colors are needed. There's a lot of light.
Yeah, it's too light. Yeah, even if darker colors would have worked too.
Yeah.
You don't like black. I don't think this guy's a huge fan of black, which is fine.
Yeah, that's fair.
Like, I like full color.
Yeah,
Like,
I do too.
I love the way this looks. I'm a big fan of full color suits. I like full color more than black and gray.
Mm-hmm.
I like black and gray too, but like when you see these, I think especially because I've gone through so much color work that I know what it takes.
Yeah.
It speaks
more impressive
different.
to you?
Yeah, it speaks different to me than it used to. When I used to look at tattoos at the beginning of things, it was like, it's pretty bright. I don't know if I like that. Now it's like, oh, Jesus, the dedication.
Oh yeah.
and
Yeah,
the
that's
skill that it takes. And
yeah, that's a beast of dedication for sure.
yeah, I
Yep.
don't know. The eye is really cool.
Yeah.
Like that's a really cool color realism eye in there.
Each individual component is really cool. I just think like as a piece there needs to be a little bit more depth.
Yeah,
That's all I'm saying.
some contrast somewhere.
Exactly.